restoration crews are moving some aircraft around, getting ready for the search and rescue exhibit. So it's a little shuffle of aircraft going on for the next couple weeks in their Southeast Asia War Gallery. So this part of the gallery is shut down, but you can still see some of the aircraft around it. But yeah, some big moves happened today. And I apologize, I've got to pan over a little bit. I'm going to show the Jolly Green. We got the Black Mariah right there. Let's see what they're doing here with the Jolly Green. So the Jolly Green was just down to the right of the frame. And I believe the choppers are going to swap positions at some point. The MiGs are going to move as well. We got the MiG-17, we got a MiG-21 to your left. So thanks for viewing today. Keep the live stream going here as long as I can. Thanks for joining our live today at the Aircraft Moves here in Southeast Asia War Gallery at the Black Mariah. Very interesting move for these guys as the tail is behind triple nickel. And the right there by the B-26. I remember when they put this aircraft in, it was pretty amazing. I think they actually, I want to say they deflated the tires some so they could sneak the tail under triple nickel. These guys are so talented though, pretty amazing. So not only do these guys do restorations, of course, they work on the wood and fabric aircraft, sheet metal, and also composites as well. Every day I'm blown away by their talent. Right now we've got a JN4 Jenny and restoration. That's pretty amazing. I think that plans call for that to be done in springtime or maybe early summer. We've got an Atlas rocket that's contracted out for restoration. That's up near Canton, Ohio. Don't know when that'll be done. We've got the Streak Eagle. Hopefully that'll come over sometime this year. They still have yet to put the pitot tube on and do a few more things, but the paint is stripped off the Streak Eagle, just like it was when it set the records for the time to climb altitude record. And let's see what else do they have over there. The B-17 Shoo 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 Baby is still being dismantled and taken to the Smithsonian. That's quite the process there, and the Smithsonian restoration crew, they come in every couple months or so and take some and truck it to DC. So that's pretty much in pieces along with the fuselage. So we do have a couple local veterans in the area that actually flew and worked on this bird as crew chiefs in Vietnam. Pretty incredible. Chief Martinelli and Steve Wing. These guys have been here, and they come back for plane talks every now and again. When we have that, they'll talk about their chopper and some of the missions. Yeah, pretty special bird. Yesterday, our crews moved the Jolly Green, which is just off to the left here. Eventually, the MiG-17 will move. There's a MiG-21 way over to our hard left. That'll move eventually as well. Not sure about the Sky Raider. I've got to look at the plans for the layout. I can tell you more accurate information. Yeah, somebody mentioned the rockets that used to be out front of the museum. Yeah, that was really cool. They had the Beaumark missile was out there. So many others, really neat. I remember the old photos from then. I didn't visit during that time, but yeah, that was pretty special when they had the rockets and missiles outside. And plans do call once we get the Atlas done that it will be inside our missile gallery. They've already made a space for it. They planned out how they're going to put that in there amongst all the others. So really a lot of math involved, of course. And our resto team on that is pretty incredible. It's the same crew that took out the DSP. We had the actually DSP satellite that was in the missile gallery. It was taken out maybe over 2 years ago and placed in our 4th building. Somebody's mentioned the B-2. Yeah, ours is a structural test vehicle. It's really nothing you can see in the cockpit. That's why we haven't put anything out on that. But it is the only B-2 on display in the world, so that's pretty amazing to have the B-2 Spirit on display. Of course, it did the hot and cold testing. I believe it did the heat test in Eglin in Florida, and then the cold testing up in Alaska. So it was a structural test vehicle. They actually cracked the wing on that, but it did exceed their test requirements, so that's fantastic. But yeah, really neat to have that massive bird in our Cold War gallery. So if you can get here this weekend, actually starting tomorrow, we have the micro drone races. It's the 4th annual micro drone race. Really excited to have everybody back. A lot of these pilots have become my friends. They help me build drones. If you've seen some of our videos here and on other social media, you'll see drone flights. Recently, I actually flew through some of these choppers. I flew a drone through Jolly Green when it was over here, and flew through the Black Mariah, flew through the slick that we have down there, and then also came up to the hanging chopper that we have. But yeah, the drone guys are amazing. Drone racing folks are incredible. They fly very small drones compared to what I fly through here, but they'll be flying through Old Shaky, or C-124. So that's the 4th time flying through that. We actually take off some of the doors in the back so they can actually fly through part of the fuselage. And that's just a great event. And I just found out we have food trucks for the next 3 days. So our cafe is currently closed. We do have a launch pad shop and snack in our Cold War gallery, but we will have a food truck each day starting tomorrow through Sunday. So I'm excited to get some food truck food. And yeah, micro drone races are great. I think we have 32 pilots each day, and the finals will be Sunday afternoon. So really excited about that. They're some of the best pilots I've seen. And this year, of course, is our 100th anniversary. May 16th is the actual day that we found. Very special. It started as an engine museum and research for technical aspects of aviation. We were really trying to learn from our allies, the French and the English at the time. Brought over a lot of those engines and aircraft to study them during World War II. World War I, actually. That's hilarious. And so it eventually evolved into this. So this is our 4th location, final, thankfully. But yeah, we were in downtown Dayton area, then at Wright Field, and then Patterson Field, which is over by the current flight line, and then back here to historic Wright Field. So really exciting to do our 100th anniversary this year. We've got some events planned for that. I've done some interviews with our historians, so you may have seen some of those videos right on YouTube. Really neat to dig up some of the old photos in the archive. They're really high quality, actually, so really fortunate to be able to tell our 100th story. Very special. Even President Nixon was here with SAM 26000, which we have in our presidential gallery. That was flown here, and he helped us open this location in 1970-71. So really neat that bird was here, and now it's in the collection. You can walk through it. That aircraft served 8 sitting presidents, so that was really special. JFK through Clinton flew on that bird. And really neat that you can walk through that and 3 other presidentials. So you can walk through 4 presidential aircraft. Really neat to get the, I like to go through the oldest one first, Sacred Cow, and then go through the Independence, then Columbine 3, and then SAM 26000, because you can see technology climb. You see the communications in there get better. You even see better fire extinguishers. So really neat historic aircraft. Next time you're here, try and go through them in order if you can. You just see that technology climb through the years. So really fun gallery. And of course that huge aircraft right there, triple nickel, amazing, Connie. There should be a video on our YouTube channel of that. It's pretty rough. I did a little walk through the fuselage. You can see the door is open right there. So I did do a walk through a couple years ago now. I need to do another one with a good steady cam, good stabilization. But yeah, you can see the interior of the Connie right here on our YouTube channel. You can go to the search bar and just search it or scroll down. I said earlier in the chat about the XB70. We put out a video maybe a year or so ago. A good deep dive into the XB70. We interviewed our historian and curator, Dr. Doug Lantry. We talked about the silver and the tires. We talked about elevons. All this great stuff about the XB70. I learned so much from that, and I hope you enjoy that too. That's right here on our channel. So this camera really is not set up on a tripod. It's more set up on a magic arm, so I'm not really able to pan around, so I'm sorry. But if you follow us the next few days and next couple weeks, I'll do some different angles and show you some more of the aircraft moves in this area. And we've got the Memphis Belle 2 over here. Pretty amazing to have the Memphis Belle 2. And we have the nose art from Memphis Belle 3, which was a B-52. Memphis Belle 4, I believe, is still flying out of Barksdale. And that came to the Dayton Air Show in 2018 when we actually put the Memphis Belle on display. So that was really neat that they thought to bring the heritage aircraft Memphis Belle 4 down here to Dayton. So I was really thanking the crew. I'm like, you guys put some thought into this because you knew we were putting the actual first Memphis Belle on display in 2018 on May 17th. That was a really special weekend. So we had about a 12-year restoration on the Belle. It really wasn't that long because we took a pause on the aircraft to open a new building and do some other things. But we did have, we've had the aircraft since 2005. Special thanks to the city of Memphis for actually saving the aircraft. I know they couldn't complete the restoration, but they at least saved the aircraft from scrap. So we're so happy to tell the story of the Memphis Belle, and just really special. A lot of the family members came. Of course, there's survivors. We didn't get it done in time for any survivors of the crew to see it, but the family members came down. Captain Morgan's son came down to see us, actually from California. He came and visited, and it's really emotional. There's some videos also on our channel about the Belle and the opening. I think we did 30 videos on the Belle, anything from markings to different restoration videos. It's really fun to look back at some of that footage recently. And we have some historic footage from William Wyler and his crew that did the original documentary in '43. And one of his cameramen did perish in another aircraft, so that's really sad. William Wyler, the filmmaker, he actually got an Oscar later on for Ben-Hur, so that's pretty incredible. And we have his jacket on display next to the aircraft as well. So I love that, you know. So I love film and photo and video and stuff like that. So anytime a filmmaker gets a nod in an Air Force museum, it's pretty special to me. So a lot of work for these guys today and the coming weeks. You know, I get so used to seeing aircraft a certain way for years, then we shuffle it around and change it up. So we'll have to update the fact sheets, of course, with new photos. And we will do that in the coming weeks and months. Yes, somebody's asking about the B-36 tire. Yes, we have that still on display, just one of the giant tires. Somebody says if they don't walk the plane frequently, they won't be healthy. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, do like an elephant walk, right? Yeah, this is kind of a mini elephant walk. Okay, Sterling Mustang asking why we're doing the aircraft moves. Should be in the description if you want more info, but we are putting on display a new exhibit coming up this spring and summer called the Search and Rescue, or SAR. So we're going to have new artifact cases. We're shuffling some of these birds around. Yeah, so it's all for a new exhibit that's coming online early this summer, I believe. Yeah, somebody's talking about the Firebee. That is, where's the Firebee at? Right back there, Mr. Ling. That is a really neat drone. Yeah, time in Southeast Asia on that one. And of course, that aircraft and all the others are on our website and our fact sheet. So you can just Google us, go to our website, nationalmuseum.af.mil, and you can go to certain galleries and see all the aircraft. We've got some of the tech notes on them too. So they're pretty fascinating. It is a lot to keep up with over 350 aerospace vehicles on display. The task is daunting every day, let me tell you. But we get to tell so many stories. It's incredible. So this past weekend we had incredible numbers in the house. I won't tell you exactly how many people we had, but Saturday was amazing. We had a Plane Talks Day, and we opened up a special exhibit that we have until May 7th. It's a survival exhibit, and so there's an area you can walk through that's free, and then there's a ropes course that's pretty fascinating. That's a paid portion brought to you by the Air Force Museum Foundation. They're running that, so that is a paid attraction on that part. So there's two pieces there, but really neat for the kids, and I've even seen some adults go through that. I was tempted to go through the ropes course yesterday, but I did not. It's kind of like a small obstacle course that gave me flashbacks to my time in the Air Force and doing our O course on the regular. This ropes course is only a couple feet off the ground. We weren't, you know, roping over swimming pools and stuff like that, like down in Lackland, which is just funny. But a lot of fun stuff going on here. So we actually are three things in a way. We're, of course, a history aviation museum. We're a memorial, and we are also an attraction. So go along with the movie theater, the sims that we have here in this building, building 2, we've got some flight sims, some VR stuff, and then in the 4th building we've got the traveling attractions that come in, and we have each one on display maybe 3 or 4 months, then we get another one. So that goes in with our attraction mission as well. Keep people coming back, keep it fresh. Something to do definitely for the kids and adults as well. So yeah, survival, it's on our website. You can find out information about that and costs and the requirement. Like, I think the height requirement for the ropes course is 48 inches. So there's some different things on our website to let you know about that. Oh, they're doing a great job. This is a lot of back and forth. Game of inches here for sure. These guys are so incredible. And only 3 guys. Normally they do wear headsets to make it a little bit easier on them with their wireless comm. Such a cool aircraft. There's not a whole lot on the inside of Black Maria. The cockpit is very complete though. I don't think there's any missing gauges. But there's not a lot in the fuselage. Unlike the Jolly Green to our left, the Jolly Green's got a couple mannequins in it. I think it might have some ammo cases, different things on the inside. Oh, and it's got the guns. This doesn't have any weapons on the inside. It does have the hook on the left side there, so they could lower the penetrator down. And this was in storage for a long time. I think we just put it on display just several years ago. MiG-17 right there, MiG-21 over to the left. You can't really see that there, but that's all on our website. I think we've got over 5 MiGs on display. We've got the MiG-15 in Korea, MiG-17 here, MiG-21. I think we've got 3 MiGs in the Cold War gallery, so that's pretty incredible. And then, of course, we have the MiG-25 in storage without the wings. That was taken out of the desert in, I think, 2006. We've got some attracted a crowd over here. We got a crowd watching to the far right. We have the Streak Eagle. Somebody's mentioned Screaming Eagle. It's actually the Streak Eagle we have. F-15 It's actually currently undergoing restoration. I hope it goes on display this year. They removed the paint off that, so it looks like it did when it set the time to climb record. So yeah, the F-15 Streak Eagle is in resto. So we are still a free museum, which is incredible. Free admission, free parking. Special thanks to our Air Force Museum Foundation. I always like to give them a nod. They raise the money for our new buildings. Sometimes even the money goes to paint for restorations. I think they helped us with the nose cone on the bell because we had to make a new nose cone here locally. So Air Force Museum Foundation, feel free to check them out. I think they just hired a videographer slash photographer. So I hope to see more from the foundation. But yeah, a lot of the funds they raise, even from like the cafe and t-shirt sales and gift shop stuff, some of that percentage comes back into the museum. So that's really grateful for the people that support this museum, this incredible mission. We stand on the shoulders of giants for sure that save these aircraft, and so thankful for the people that help keep this going. And of course we have federal support, so that's a big deal. Yeah, it looks like they're still figuring some stuff out. They had moved the B-26 just a little bit earlier. They might have to move it again. Yes, the great aircraft moves. The battery is getting low on this, and I hope to get an actual power supply for this camera this week so we can show you some more. Thanks for hanging with me today. I know it wasn't super spectacular, but it was fun to chat with everybody and show you a little bit about what our team does on a regular basis. When they're not restoring aircraft, they're moving aircraft. They do so much. Such a small team. We do have some volunteers as well. They help a lot in the back shops for restoration. Yeah, I'm just blown away by our guys because they can work on wood and fabric. They can work on sheet metal, they can work composites, they can move aircraft, they can hang aircraft, and they just have a wonderful mission, and they do it so well. And sometimes they allow me to take photos, do videos, and lives, and so really neat that the guys trust me enough to show them in a great light, because they are. We don't hide anything, and we're very transparent. That's what we like. Really neat to see how talented these guys are. It looks like can't really see it here. Brian is going to move the B-26 a little bit out of the way. All right, that's about all the time I have today for this live. Thank you so much for viewing. Thanks for being a fan of aviation, and especially this museum. I hope everybody can come and see us. We add new stuff all the time. We're trying to get our timeline a little bit better in certain galleries, so sometimes there's aircraft moves. We recently actually just put the S4C Scout, the Thomas Morse Trainer Scout, up on its stand in the early years gallery. Let's see, what else? The Avro 504K. It's been flown up into the ceiling, into the early years gallery. So that was a good aircraft move. What was that, last week or a week before? So a lot of great things happening, a lot of great events. Check our website for sure for everything that we got going on. We try and keep it as accurate and up to date as possible. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thanks so much for viewing, everybody, and we'll see you next time. I hope to do another live possibly tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, maybe Monday. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.